to one of the many interviews to come on Outliers Unlimited. I am Josh Edwards, and the point of this is to explore the perspective, accomplishments, and barriers faced by people with developmental disabilities such as Asperger Syndrome, autism, dyslexia, and bipolar. And right now I'm meeting with someone who I'm very happy to introduce. Could you please tell the viewers your name?
I'm Rachel.
Could you give us your full name, please?
Yeah, Rachel Eichmann is my last name.
Well, Rachel, we're very glad to have you, and I really
Thank you,
appreciate
Josh.
you meeting
I
me.
really appreciate this. I'm so stoked out to do this with you. So.
Likewise, I've been looking forward to this. Well, to get the ball rolling, what I mean to say is to make it a little clear. Would you mind telling us, well, for one thing, would you mind telling us what disability you were diagnosed with, or that you've been facing?
At the age, I think it was like 3 or 6, I got diagnosed with Asperger Syndrome.
That's a very early diagnosis. And,
so I was very young.
Would you say that made it easier or harder for you to be able to adjust to it or to cope with it?
It made it a lot harder.
Really? Really? You think it being earlier makes it harder? The only reason I ask is I was diagnosed later. I was 13, 14, and so well, I guess I thought maybe earlier might make it easier. I didn't know what to think. Well, that's very interesting. And would you mind telling us some of the barriers you face? Well, some things that make you unique or that you face with your disability.
In high school, I had to get a lot of help from my teachers, and I had some classes that helped me, like basically like alter like stuff like my homework and stuff and my test, and just to make sure it's like all right and stuff like that.
Could you break down some of that help? What I mean is, could you be a little specific, please? Like, how did they help? And what kind of strategies or approaches?
Like basically, what they would do is make it short, so like I would understand better than being like a long one. It'd be like shorter for me, and that really helped.
Well, so if I'm hearing you right, what you're saying is they kind of broke it down.
Yes. Yeah.
I see. Could you give an example? Like you remember any of your homework that they kind of had to modify so you could follow along?
In one of my classes, they hand out like notes, and so like I would have to like write in like each and every note that was, and so like they kind of broke that down to say, okay, you'll need to write this down, or you'll need to write this down, or like this is an important word, or like highlight it. So
I see.
that really helps.
I see. I'm sure it was. That sounds very sufficient. It sounds like a big influence. Would you say that you had? Would you say that there were people who kind of helped? Would you say that there were people who helped you cope with your disability? What I mean is helped you transition. That is the word I'm looking for. Would you say people who helped to make the transition easier for you?
Yeah.
Would you mind telling us some of the people? Like in school, your
one
family?
of my old high school teachers, she was a big help for me because like she would help me out, and like if I'm doing homework, she would like help me with my homework, and like, okay, this is where you should be going, like give me like a little point where she'd be like, okay, this is where you need to be, or like this is the page you need to be on, or something like that to help me.
She kind of helped you find your place.
Yeah.
Sounds very like she had a really good
Yeah,
really
we
good
had a really
influence
good
on you. Yeah.
relationship between me and my teacher, and so that was
That's
a
nothing
big
to
help.
that's nothing to sneeze at. That's very rare. And I understand that you're in a college level course now.
Yes, I am.
Yes,
I'm
and would you mind
so
telling us?
excited.
Would you mind telling us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I started CLEAR in September of this year, And so this will be my last semester because I'll be ending it in November
Well,
of this year. So
well, congratulations,
Thank you.
congratulations. But for those of us who don't know, would you mind kind of telling us what CLEAR is exactly?
CLEAR is a program that helps students with the non-credit program. So it's basically kind of helping students like get to know the program a little better, pick their classes and what classes they need to be.
If I'm hearing you right, and
I think
and
classes
I
are
think
only
I
like
could be right,
$5
that would be
for
like
the
a
classes
college.
fee.
It would be like a college prep course.
Yes.
Kind of like a tips, like
Yeah.
they do at Johnson County Community. Kind of getting foot in the
Yeah.
door, if you will. Kind of getting the experience, getting the feel for it.
Right, definitely.
Well, it sounds like it's
So-
made a very good.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's helped you kind of get the right idea if you ever want to pursue college further. Further
Right.
along. Do you have any ideas at the moment?
I am still looking for a job at the moment, but I also want to try to get my license and
Your driver's license.
yes.
Well, very good. I think it's smart that you recognize what steps you need to take in order. But would you be interested? Like once you have those, like do you see
a
yourself
little
maybe one day
bit.
coming to college?
A little bit.
Well, that kind of that takes time.
Yeah.
Finding
True.
the major that you want to pursue. Nothing wrong with never too old to go back to
Right.
school. I should know. I'll be getting my degree at age 27, and just my bachelor's. Took me 5 years to get my associates.
Wow.
Well, not everyone knows what they want to do,
Right.
and we all have our weak
It's really
points.
hard because they don't know what step in the door, where they want to be, and
Oh, that never helps. It can be very hard. I was wondering, just out of curiosity, would you say your disability has had a big, how may I say this, an influence on your academic, on your
I think
experience?
yeah.
What I mean is, would you say, not necessarily good or bad, would you say it's been kind of a big factor on your academic performance? Would you say that it's been a good one, or?
I think it's been a really good one so far because I've been doing Special Olympics and that really has helped.
Special Olympics, could you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Yeah, it's a program where kids can get together and basically be a different sport. There's bowling, I think there's bowling, track and field, and swimming, and then cheer and basketball, I think.
And I understand, I could be wrong, but I seem to recall swimming being a
Yes.
sport in that as well.
I was.
And little Birdie told me that you won a medal in that.
I did,
You
yes.
won several medals. In
I
fact,
have.
first place, I believe.
Yes, to first place.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
This last season, I believe.
Yes.
This past season. Regular.
And so we did a lot of traveling, so as well.
Special Olympics has done traveling yet? Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
very fascinating.
We were
Very
just,
exciting.
for swimming, we were in Wichita.
Is that right?
So,
Wichita.
yeah.
My, that's
And
pretty
then I
exciting.
think 1 year we went to Hayes, you know where that is?
Hey, no, I
It's
cannot
kind
say
of
it's
the
any of the area.
southwest kind of part of,
Would that be anywhere near
Kansas.
Russell?
yes.
I might
If
barely
you go
know
past
that area.
Russell, it's a little,
I might just barely know that area, but I couldn't say 100%. But you say you went there for Special Olympics?
yes. And that was for cheer.
Well, it sounds to me like you do a lot of fun stuff that you're interested and passionate about in the Special Olympics. Do you plan on being involved in it for long, or unfortunately,
yeah.
do you have to leave when you're done with CLEAR? Like, is there an age limit?
No, like there's no age limit.
Well, it sounds to me like you really have a big passion in it. You really enjoy it.
I love doing it. I think it's the best way
What
to
sports?
be involved.
Well, it's wonderful to hear that you like being involved with the people and you like being social. That's what I'm getting out of it.
Yeah.
Would you say that? What would you say you enjoy doing most, especially?
think swimming has been one of my better strengths because, like, I learned a lot and how to breathe. And what I mean by breathing is when you do your freestyle, you have to breathe. So basically, when you're doing this,
could you explain that?
yeah. So when
say
you're
breathing.
here, so basically, what I mean by breathing, it's basically when your right hand goes down and your left hand comes up. You turn your head to the side and breathe. Turn it back in and keep going.
I believe I've learned that. I've taken a few swimming lessons myself, and I've had to do that.
That's what my coach told me to do.
I see.
But it was really hard.
Well, I can understand.
Because, yeah, I couldn't hold it for that long.
Well, there's a lot of physical exercises,
Yeah.
a lot of muscular reflexes.
But it's
you
worth
have
it because
impulses.
people cheer you on, and your coaches cheer you on, your people cheer you on. It's just a great experience. I really love it.
Seems like that really you enjoy that.
Yeah,
Seems like
I
you
do.
enjoy it. Well, it sounds to me like you have a lot of different passions and you're involved in. Outside of Special Olympics in school, what are some things that you personally enjoy that are passionate about, like hobbies, interests?
Singing has been one of my favorite interests ever since growing up.
Oh, little Christina Aguilera, are you?
Yeah,
so
I'm
you
actually
sound Christina Aguilera?
in clear choir this semester.
Oh, I did not know
So,
that.
yeah.
I didn't even know they had
And
choir
then-
in Clear.
I was in my choir since I was really little, then middle school, and then high school. I worked my way up. So,
You've been at this most of your academic life, haven't you? Wow. Well, other than singing, are there others? Acting?
I love to draw.
Drawing? Excellent hobby. Wonderful little passion.
I have been in some productions. I really want to do another production again.
Oh, really? Tell us about some of them.
My senior year, Gardner did The Wizard of Oz. And then my junior year, I was in Andy Gun.
I don't believe I am familiar with that.
It's
Andy
about
Gun?
this
Andy Gun? Is that what you
Andy
said?
Get Your Gun.
Oh, Annie Get Your Gun. My mistake. But
No,
no,
you're
I don't
good.
believe I'm familiar with that.
The show is about this girl who, her name's Amy Oakley. It's about this girl who's the best sharpshooter, but she has to go against this other person who she really likes.
Annie Oakley. I believe I'm familiar with that.
And so I did that with my junior year, and then I wrote my own skit as well.
You wrote a skit?
Yes.
You wrote your own
Yes.
skit? Is
Our
that right?
theater teacher at the high school, he's like, hey, how would you write a skit with my kids? I'm like, yeah. And so I wrote my own skit, we practiced, and so like it was me and my other 3 friends got to do it. And so we wrote our own skits and everything.
So it was like a chance to be on Saturday Night Live.
It was really fun.
What'd you do? Something like all that? Did you make like a Good Burger segment or something?
No, I can't remember what it was about. It was so long ago. And then I think I did Jelly Bean Conspiracy as well.
I beg your pardon, did you say Jelly Bean Conspiracy? That is amazing. I am actually familiar with that. My high school did that 10 years ago.
Really?
When I was a sophomore, yes. What a small
Oh,
world.
no way.
I thought it was strictly Blue Valley. I didn't
No,
realize that it did other
everybody did it.
schools.
Gardner has done it. I can't remember who else has done it. Like a lot of people across the nation do it.
What a small world. I can't believe it.
Yeah. Our theater crew was really great. So
I have to admit, I never would have known. I never would have guessed. No, 10 years. 10 years. Hard to imagine. I also understand that you did one other role. I could be wrong, but didn't you also do Beauty and the Beast
I
one
did
year?
when I was very little.
When was this?
Oh gosh, it was like 2006, I think.
2006.
2006, 2005, something like that.
And
When I was about this.
and what did you do? And what did you
about
do?
this little.
Yeah, about that little.
Yeah.
You were about that little. And who did you play? What
I
I mean,
was
what was
the
the
lead
role?
role.
Oh, you were Belle.
Yeah,
Oh.
I was the lead role.
Oh, I bet. Oh, I bet but that was quite a show to see.
It was
Oh,
really
that
fun.
was quite a sight. But that was really fun for you.
I loved it.
Seems to me like theater and singing
Yeah,
are,
theater has been definitely hard.
would you say it's a big, how may I say this? One of the many, how should I say this, factors or characteristics that kind of make your personality, one of the
Yeah.
defining characteristics. Yeah. I bet one day you would like to pursue that or would
Yeah.
consider pursuing that. Well, I wish you the best of luck.
Thank
and
you.
I do, I really mean that. And well, let me ask you, if I understand that at least for some people, in my case, I understand that as beneficial as it can be, having, well also, I actually forgot, I was hoping you could tell us a little bit about the barriers you face with your disability.
Oh, a lot. Money has been a big challenge for me.
Finances kind of a challenge.
Yeah, like counting back money is my other one too.
Oh, you mean counting.
Mm.
Oh. Well, what kind of barriers do you face? Like being able to relate to people. You know, social skills wise, have there ever been any problems with that? Have you ever been bullied or had to deal with?
I have. Yeah.
I should probably let you know, and I apologize. I
Oh
should
no, you're good.
brought this up. If I bring up a question that you're a little
Oh no, you're
uneasy
fine.
of, you don't have to
It's fine.
answer, and
Okay.
you know,
It's totally fine.
I just
It's up
wanted you to be aware of you have the right here in this
Right.
interview. Now I understand that you were saying that you have in fact dealt with bullying.
I have.
Would you say your disabilities kind of maybe played part of it, like not being able to relate to them, or
Yeah.
they don't understand?
Like, they didn't really understand what it was like at that young age. And plus, I did have to have classes, so.
Oh, you did have to have classes.
Mhm.
Were these kids in some of your classes?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I got through it. I don't know how I did, but.
Well, if you ask me, and I don't know a lot about this, this is just from my own perspective. Sometimes the hardest things that we think are impossible to face, that we manage to survive from, are a true test of character. And the fact that we survive them kind of shows a strong part of our
Yeah.
character. I like to think that says something about the people who manage to come up on top, however hard the obstacle or challenge. But all in all, it has been a good road. I mean, like,
Yeah.
well, how did you handle the bullying? Like, did you tell your parents and they tell the
I had
principal?
to tell
Or?
my teacher, and this was like, there's a little place out by, kind of between Gardner and between Hillsdale. And it's between that, and so we were we were having recess one day, and me and my friends were hanging out. I had my glasses on. No, actually it was sunflower. Never mind.
You used to wear glasses?
Yes, because I couldn't see the board in front of me that well, and so people were calling me Four Eyes, and yeah, one day they were calling me that on the playground, and I had to tell my teacher, and they stopped it, and so I definitely was like, okay, I couldn't take it anymore.
Doesn't sound like it was very fun for you.
Mm-mm. No, it wasn't.
Well,
No.
you took action, and you're not wearing
Yeah.
glasses. So, not that they should have been doing that when you were wearing
Right.
glasses. But I'm just saying now
But
they
then
don't
I
have a
stood up
reason.
for myself afterwards.
Well, I'm sorry, you what for yourself?
But when
You
I was
stood up for
little, I
yourself.
stood up for myself, and I told my teacher about
Well, that's a big action to take for a little girl. Good for you. That's no small accomplishment. If you could just hypothetically, if you could wave a magic wand and not have your disability, you know, but think and be like everyone else, would you, or would you be, or would you accept the way things are? Like,
Yeah.
kind of not use that wish.
I would not want to use it.
And why is that?
Because I like the way I am. Like, I love my disability, and I wouldn't want to not keep it that way.
You don't want anyone to change you.
No.
Feel pressure.
Like, not at all.
I only wish more people felt that like that. Unfortunately, it's not all people are as sure, because unfortunately, for one thing, it's a lack of education and a lack of awareness.
Right.
Not to mention, people, the less they know, the less they accept. I mean, we've all seen the Ninja Turtles. I mean, if you ever saw the second movie, people fear anything they don't understand. Look at how they react to seeing Batman. They see a man dressed as a bat and they're afraid.
True.
Yes, but it sounds to me like you're pretty, if I'm hearing you right, you're pretty sure of yourself.
Yeah.
Well, Rachel, I want to thank you very much for this
Oh,
time
you're
for
so
interview.
welcome.
Before I do, though, I just want to make sure, as accepting as you are with your disability, with your diagnosis, what are some barriers, like developmental barriers, challenges, like things you've had to learn, like being acquired that most people learn on their own? Age-wise. Perhaps I should be a little more specific.
Yes.
Like a certain, how might I say this, social rules. If you have a friend who's a boy, in your case, a man, and he's involved with a woman, and if you have a good friendship with him, and you invite him to a party or an event or something, it's probably good etiquette to invite the girlfriend. Well, you see, the reason I bring that up is because I, as well as many other people I know, have dealt with not being able to pick that up right away. We've had to, I might want to say, kind of be taught how to be in society.
Right.
And, well, I've had a friendship or two where I've had to do that. It's, it can be a little challenging,
Right.
Reading verbal cues, nonverbal, rolling of the eyes, body movement, has that been a challenge?
No, not really, but like me stuttering a little bit.
Oh, you've had a stutter in the past?
Mm-hmm.
Would you say that's gotten better or worse with
I
time?
think it's gotten a lot better.
Did you have to have help with that, like a counselor or a doctor or someone?
No, I think it just went off on its own.
You think it just came with age?
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, I can relate. I used to have a lisp. I used to lisp.
Really?
Yes, I used to speak like Daffy Duck, and it was so bad, my music teacher wanted me to be the boy who lisped and the music man on our last production. This is a true story. I was so bad, I used to lisp like Daffy Duck. I was in speech therapy from my beginning until the end of elementary school. You have had some speech therapy. And that has been, was that a bit of a challenge?
No, big help, huge help.
So that has been a big result of the young lady that we're meeting with right now. Well, it sounds like you've had a lot of positive role models, a lot of a big help in accommodations. Have you had accommodations with school, such as extended time on test taking, note takers?
No, not really, but there's some paras in the classroom with us.
Paras. Now, for those who aren't aware, could you please explain what paras are?
Para is kind of like a helper.
So, like assistant teachers?
Yes.
I see.
There's a teacher we have, I think in my first class there's like one, no, there's actually two. And then in my second class, I think there's one, and then in my other class there's two.
This is in Clear.
Yes.
I wasn't aware you were taking more than one class in Clear.
I'm taking 3.
And soon to be done with.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, it sounds like life is good for you at the most point, but
Yeah.
do you have an idea the next chapter or what you want it to look like? Do you have any ideas of your options?
No, not
but you're just kind of, but from what I understand, you're kind of enjoying the ride, you're kind of happy the way things are. I see. Well, thank you very much, Rachel.
You're
I
so
appreciate you
welcome,
meeting
Josh.
with us, and I want to thank you. And do you have anything you want to say for the viewers who have dealt with disabilities like you, or have had any barriers or challenges or passions
Don't
that
let
you do?
anything stop you. Just big thing.
Very well said, Rachel. And thank you for watching. And look forward to more wonderful, outstanding interviews with good people like Rachel Eichmann and many others who have made and will have great accomplishments and influences in our lives right here on Outliers Unlimited.